Country living versus city living for the 2020s. A lot's happened. A lot can happen. People are starting to see more negatives to living in cities. I grew up in the city. I lived in Seattle for 23 years. Traveled around, and I've now been living in the country, out in the corner of the world, and basically almost as far as remote as you can go from anywhere. And I want to share that experience with you for those of you who are curious, those of you who are city slickers, who are city dwellers, want to understand why you might want to do that. So welcome in, fam. Much love. Trav here. Thumbs up for these sweet sheeps and this beautiful scenery. This field just got tilled down. We got the mountains behind. It's a nice day. And if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to hit the thumbs up. I'm gonna gear this video more to people who live in cities because there's more people who live in cities, and I think there's more negatives to living in cities that people are starting to realize. I'll start with the positives of living in cities, and then we're gonna go to the negatives, and we're gonna go to the danger. So first, the positives of living in cities, and I know this because I lived in cities, is the chance encounters. Like, there's so many people you can meet, cool people you can meet, influential and famous people you can meet, but not just famous and wealthy, but educated and interesting and interested. There's just more opportunity. There's more jobs. There's more flights out. There's more people coming through. You get, if you want it, you get more anonymity. You get more. It's exciting. I might need to fend the sheep out of the carrots. This looks like it might be happening. So I guess those are the main positives. If, like, you need a job and you just want to meet a bunch of people and you want to go nightlife, you want to go to shows, you want to go party, that's great. Problem is, what happens if COVID-19 hits and, hey, you got a social distance, so you can't go out? You're gonna get sick. This bad stuff's gonna happen. What happens if there's a world war that happens and trade breaks down and food doesn't come to the cities? What happens if there's economic collapse, financial meltdown, there's mass unemployment, there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of riots and protesting? What happens when the quality of air goes way down? You can't breathe because there's so much garbage burning. What happens when you're stuck in traffic for so many hours? What happens when some sort of doomsday event comes and you're just trapped? You're like an ant in a little anthill, and here comes the anteater. Right? So a lot of that's the reason I went to the country. A part of the reason I went to the country is because of it just felt better. Like, rather than airplanes right now, you can hear some machine down there. I can't even hear any cars though. What do you hear? Just bird song. It's beautiful. I got the sunshine. I'm growing food. A lot of the happiest and longest living people live in the country. So while you're giving up some of that stuff, what you're just getting a better connection to nature. Maybe there's fewer people, but you're going to get a deeper connection to those people. You can't have 16 sheep in the city. You can have 16 sheep in the countryside though, right? It looks like they might be going to the carrots. If they go to the carrots, then we're gonna have a problem tracking these sheep. Oh. Well, the beautiful thing now is with this new phone, I can pause the video if you really need to. Yo, the country is just super interesting. Like, look at what we're going and what we're doing right now. Looks like they want to go home. So just more fun, healthier. But a big reason that I want to move to the country as well is looking to the future. And like, yo, it's dangerous to be in the city. I want to grow my own food. Sheep are in the carrots. Nope, out, 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 get out of the carrots, out of the carrots. I have to defend these carrots. I'm trying to call the other sheep over. They get attached to this spot. This is sort of like their home. Here they come. We have a bunch of sheep and we have one goat. Here they come. That's the one goat. We do slaughter, we do butcher. That gives me security. So I've been reading a lot of history right now, especially like economic history. So I've been reading about World War II, I've been reading about hyperinflation, I've been reading about what happened in Germany. And one thing that has happened throughout, and you can count on, throughout these crises that happen through world wars, or disruptions, COVID, pandemics, and trade breaks down, is not everybody gets to eat food. You look at the rations of an average consumer in the World War II times. No one was eating more than 2,000 calories a day. Most people were eating less. Some of the occupied countries were eating less than 1,000 calories a day. When shit hits the fan and you want to be able to eat food, peasants do the best. I mean, landowners do the best, but even peasants. A peasant is someone who works and lives in the country but doesn't own land. Peasants do quite well. So even if you're like a woofer or you're a journeyman farmer, you're still going to do better in an apocalypse than city people. When there's mass unemployment in the city and you start to see a narrowing of the difference in wages between the rich and the poor, or you see what happened in Germany, in Weimar Germany, is the richer were getting richer for sure, but what was happening is of the working class, the difference between physical labor and mental labor went to zero, basically, in terms of pay. People just got paid the same amount, whatever they were doing. So what do you think? Thumbs up for that beautiful view and that beautiful scenery. And part of sharing with you about the country is showing you what it's all about. I like that I'm not stuck in traffic. I like that I get more time alone. I like that the air is beautiful and the scenery is beautiful. I like that I feel safe. Like growing food, a lot of it as well, what led me to it, some of you read my book called The Food Life, was I just wanted access to higher quality of food. And one of the ways to get higher quality of food is to grow it yourself, just because there's a lot to be said for freshness. Just having fresh food is a big deal. And when there's like trade issues or currency issues, you get to retain access to the food, the people who are closest to it. You can actually charge high prices. You continue to charge world prices as well when shit hits the fan. But even in the best times, say that there's no apocalypse, there's nothing bad happens. It's still a wonderful experience. It's still wonderful being in the country, having the sun and the ocean and so on. So part of this video, obviously I'm saying, hey, there's a lot of advantages to being out and growing your own food and having your own animals and having this sense of security in case bad things happen. I know a lot of people are not like, I don't want you to come here. I want it to not be crowded. And that's how a lot of people feel about the country. But trust, there's plenty of country out there, and you don't need to be densely packed in the city like sardines. And if you're trying to figure it out how to do it, you can comment down below. It might not be for you, but I have a life coaching program. If you're trying to make a big change and do something like that, you can comment down below. Yeah, there's being in the city is pretty overrated. Lived there for 23 years or more, and I see no need to go back. The food's out here, and I feel safe, I feel secure from it. If things go well, things go well. If things go bad, things still go well. So if you're a city person, comment down below. If you're a country person, comment down below. Comment what you think about this video, what you think about my analysis, if it's good, if it's bad, if it's trash, if it's useful or not useful. So much love, and I appreciate you, and I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Yeah, this new thumbs up for this new camera too. I've got the S20 Fan Edition. The S20 Ultra was better, but this is still pretty good. Okay, well, thanks for the thumbs up. And share this with someone who you're plotting to leave the city with. Share this with your friend. Okay, peace out. Talk to you soon.